Started on Monday. I was feeling pretty good about this gig in Pasco County. When you go and do these gigs at the assisted living facilities, the directors almost always tell you, you know, don't make the old ladies look ugly. I mean, there's a rule about double chins, but I've broken that a few times, and I'm quite comfortable with it. And I posted the pictures. I felt pretty good about it. And an artist friend of mine from Dunedin named Yali Elon, he gave me some words of encouragement on it. He told me that I was really improving. Yali and I, he didn't get it. Yali just didn't get it. Like, dude, like I'm trying to build you up. That is what he said. Or something like that. I'm trying to, and it's just like, no thanks. Like, if you want to make me feel good about myself, tell me you like my drawings. You don't even have to say I'm the best ever. You don't have to say you love them. Hey man, really like what you're doing right now. That would have been great. That would have made me feel really good. Oh, you've really improved. That's just like saying you don't suck as much as you did last week. I went on a tirade, and I challenged him to a caricature duel. I thought it was a funny idea. Thought maybe like him and I could do it and have a couple people show up, and it would just be a fun thing to do. Well, he took a screenshot of it and he posted it on his page, and the thing just exploded. People got so angry at me. Just really think about how I'm being attacked for not being sensitive enough, for not using kind enough words, right? Oh, well, if this guy can't be kind, let's really be cruel to him. let's be as mean as we can to this guy because he's not nice. They just went nuts. It was pretty incredible. And I laughed about it. But I also scratched my head and I said, we could really make something out of this. And I immediately thought of P.T. Barnum and some phony controversies that he had manufactured in order to promote his circus. And I messaged Jolly and I was like, hey man, let's keep this going. I think this is great. And the owner of Reboot in Dunedin was already on board to sponsor the competition. So we already had a venue to do it. We already had an audience. And we already had a compelling story to tell people. So all of the elements were there for creating a live performance. All we really needed to do was just promote the hell out of it and keep the beef going publicly so people would stay engaged. So that's what we did. We started trading barbs via sketch over the internet. So that's what you're looking at right here. It's a t-shirt that Yali designed, and it features a caricature of myself self-filleting, which I found extremely hilarious, and I happen to be the only person that actually bought one of those t-shirts, so that makes it even funnier. Naturally, I had to try to hit back. This is a first attempt. I kind of sketched it on the fly at the beach. It's not a great drawing, but I picked on the people of Dunedin. I was trying to incite some tribalism in this sketch. It's just kind of a sloppy sketch, though. It was kind of difficult to find something to really make fun of Yali about. All I could really come up with is that he's short and he's kind of hairy. So, I started making comparisons to a mouse. This one was probably my most successful attempt. I think a few people got a pretty good laugh at it, and it lampoons him and what he does pretty well. And then, of course, I had to go below the belt, and, since he made a dick joke about me, I figured it was only appropriate that I make a dick joke about him. The funny thing is this insulting picture he drew me for the t-shirt, I actually have a really large penis. So then a mutual friend of ours, Adam Danger Smith, felt like he needed to get involved. And I think this is probably one of the best drawings that came out of the whole online beef. It is really interesting, though, how us guys, we all just immediately went to the penis. And I think Adam won the whole thing because clearly you can see he has the biggest penis. But of course I had to strike back, so I decided I was going to compare him to that sloth character from Ice Age. I think his name's Vern or Gil or Vic, or I don't know. I don't watch that stuff. But, you know, his eyes are kind of far apart, and that's what I did. And he does nude modeling, so I did the whole cliche French girl joke. I don't know, it's not funny or creative. Alright, so this is the video that I posted to Facebook it's kind of a smack talking video that I created to promote the event, to get people kind of riled up and to have a few laughs while I was at it. It's actually based on a video that went viral on YouTube about 10 years ago called the Guido Sensation, and it is one of my favorite viral videos of all time, because people all created their own parodies of the video, and each one kind of had a different theme that it dealt with. So there was one that was like the fitness sensation, and there are a few others I can't remember offhand. But I had a lot of fun trying to recreate it, and I was hoping some savvy people out there might recognize it. But if you see my eyes darting up to above the camera, that's because I had written a script and I had to prop it up with milk crates and boards and whatnot, just so I could read it while I was doing the performance. But I had a lot of fun doing this. I really wish I could have got somebody to stand in the background with their shirt off. But I didn't think any of my friends or family members would have been up for that. But I think it's really funny that I'm wearing the exact same t-shirt right now. But yeah, I couldn't get the music started. That's Pablo Picasso by Modern Lovers. A great song. If you haven't heard it, I recommend it highly. But I had fun doing this, and I hope a few of you out there got a few laughs. So it all culminated on the actual night of the competition, and you know, I had fine-tuned my look. I was planning on shaving the beard anyway, just because I was sick of it. But I remember a movie from my childhood called Commando, and the villain in it is just completely ridiculous. His name is Bennett, and he clearly was no match for Arnold Schwarzenegger in this movie. He's overweight, and he kind of just looked like a fat Freddie Mercury. And there's just some great one-liners in that movie. And so, you know, it's kind of emulating Bennett a little bit. It's trying to emulate pro wrestlers. I had gotten some fake grills from the costume store. And I invested in creating the character. You can see I'm wearing the t-shirt in this. Everybody thought it was really funny that my damn French box easel fell over like that. I think I even heard somebody say karma's a bitch, but anybody who owns one of those knows that those stupid things fall apart all the time. I probably ought to be like Yali and just carry around a clipboard. Probably be a lot easier.
I like your personality because you're so ugly, man. You look like something I pulled out of my shower drain.
But I worked really hard on roasts. And it's just every roast that I tried to pull out there just fell flat on its face. I wrote one about Lars being so old and white that Donald Trump voted for him, and I thought it was a good joke, but I guess nobody else did. So here's Adam Dangersmith right here, and he's going to be the first victim here in the speed competition. I use that term competition very loosely because this wasn't really a competition. It was a performance, and the judging was totally AstroTurf. And you can hear it clearly in this clip that they said I had won round one, but at the end of the competition, they said I had lost round one. So they weren't even keeping track of the scores they were giving us. And, it was just completely unscientific. But to me, that was the point. Like, I didn't go in there expecting to win. I knew that, like, it was just going to be a bunch of Yali's friends. And I totally expected to lose. I kind of wanted to lose because I felt like it would give me the freedom to draw some rude sketches. So, we sketched the owner of the bar there. He's a really cool dude. I was really concerned that somebody might actually try to physically hurt me, and he alleviated my concerns pretty well and let me know that I would be safe there and he wasn't going to let anybody attack me or anything. We just had a lot of harassing messages over the internet and stuff as a result of the beef. It was a little scary for a few minutes because you just never know what people are going to do. It's kind of crazy these days. Here's another reason that, I say the judging was AstroTurf, and, the competition wasn't really real or legitimate. It was all just kind of a big charade. Because you see the next model they pull in is, you can see the next model that they pull in is Yali's mother, which it's just kind of ridiculous. Because he's seen this woman's face his entire life, so I don't know how you could be any more unfair unless we started pulling in members of my family or making us draw self-portraits or something like that. So the competition could not have been tilted any more in Yali's favor, and for anyone to say that this was a legitimate victory, that the competition was serious, is just a complete and total fabrication. This was a performance. The whole thing was rigged, and Yali's victory really means nothing because the judges were his friends. The people that we were drawing were his friends. That's another thing, is Adam is been friends with Yali for a very long time, so of course Yali would know Adam's face very well too. And pretty much everybody who got drawn was one of Yali's friends that he had been in contact with on a regular basis for years. So there was nothing fair about it. And for anyone to say that this was a fair competition, it's just a total lie. But I didn't mind it. Like I said, I didn't expect to win. I was going in there to stretch my creative muscles. I wanted to create this character. I wanted to draw rude sketches instead of cute ones at the beach. And I got to do everything I wanted to do.